Be live. Welcome everyone to this evening IT news broadcast here of wait a second, why do we have drop frames now? Always when we go live. Hilarious. 450 frames, docs is what you're doing. Anyway, we have news from Intel, of all companies. You remember this company that can't get the latest 10 and less than 10, 7 nanometers and whatnot processors and secure and conditional jump instructions out of their research department. And now today they unveiled here world's first. Intel introduces Horse Ridge to enable commercial viable quantum computers. So yeah, 2019 or 2020 quantum computers coming soon next to you, and also drop frames. So let's see how restarting OBS works here. I had it already really nice, but what do you know here? Doxes or not doxes? Anyway, so you're not really sure what the practical impact is of this stuff for me right now. I've mostly seen cryptography, breaking encryptions like NSA, Five Eyes, GCHQ, FSB, and so on style, but leave me in the comments below what you think. Is there any practical use of anything other than crypto here on this front? Or yeah, so Intel Lab today unveiled what it's believed the first of its kind. Yeah, always. It's also, it's so funny. Intel press briefing and then believed. So either, I mean, who believes it? Intel believes it, or it's, yeah, whatever. First of its kind cryogenic control chip codenamed Horse Ridge that will speed up development of full stack quantum computing systems. Horse Ridge will enable control of multiple quantum bits, qubits, and set a clear path towards scaling large systems, major milestone on the path of quantum practicality. And yeah, developing together with Intel's research collaboration QTech, partnering between TU Delft and TNO, Netherlands Organization of Applied Scientific. Also, yeah, Intel needs European help for that. Anyway, honestly, seriously interested to see what's coming. Again, not really sure. Certainly don't see the highest practical impact, but again, we will see in a couple of years to come anyway. In the certainly share, like, and subscribe for years to come. Quantum computing news to shout out. Why can't we click this close button there? Oh, come on, can't make this up here. Anyway, don't need to close it. Let's click it. So in more amazing news, also more practical for you at home. Kunpeng, something that's sort of Huawei desktop board delivers computing power with high performance and low power consumption. Somehow not so amazing grammar week here. Anyway, developed based on the Huawei Kunpeng 920 processor. So yeah, web, you probably don't even see this here. Web stuff in 2019, you want to read the site, and this stupid stuff hangs over it. Like, no, I don't need help. I just want to read the freaking website. Can this disappear? Anyway, developed based on that processor on ARM, 64-bit ARM. So definitely interesting to see what's coming there. Welcome, Detard. How are you doing? We are doing relatively fine, except some mighty drop frame, 4%. Not really sure what's wrong today here. So yeah, the rich interfaces, Linux desktop also, yeah, 2019, big Chinese mega corporations present their ARM board here for desktop Linux. I mean, certainly, what do you want to do with desktop Windows on the right? So Windows ARM, not really. Anyway, so from that point, certainly the most useful on Linux so far we have come. And Yeah, I really wonder, I didn't find a price yet. Performance, leading 56 gigabit, high speed, something higher motherboard, what the heck. Single bit error rate lower than reliability, like what the heck are they even advertising here? But energy efficiency, yeah, sure. So of course, 4 or 8 core at 2.6 gigahertz, 680A3, 2 M.2, DDR4, so certainly relatively high and interesting specs here on this front. And yeah, if this is reasonably priced, I mean, for thousands of dollars, but so far we have come, right? Desktop ARM boards, not too many, and you're really looking forward to a Chinese, high-end Chinese board because nobody else is offering something similar. Leave me in the comments below what you think, as usual. Interested also, on the other hand, if we ever get the AMD, in the meantime I already start to forget a 3950X, I think, start to forget the model because I don't deliver it anyway. And let's see, do we have, no, we don't have oopses on the server. I even upgraded this to freaking Ethernet here, so that is the router here is now rocking some dual port Intel E1KE. Just checking if we have any oopses or Intel whatsoever, something. But we don't, so it's not our router's fault. Anyway, so yeah, looking forward to this board. I hope it's reasonably priced. The board looks a bit what do you mean sketch? You mean rendered, or what do you mean with sketchy? If it is reasonable price to competitive with, yeah, like something $500 US or something, certainly interested to give this a try, to have some more high-end sketchy. What do you mean? What looks sketchy, like 3D rendered, or sketchy in which sort? I mean, some of the advertising, of course, native English, not so much. Certainly here verse in mind, like low consumption, and yeah, also this parts here, like performance, like what the heck, what is with MIPS or something, reliability, like, yeah, not that this would be, this advertising here is a little bit near, but aside from that, weird, not very real, a bit iffy, you know, yeah. Probably also sketchy English here, but get price info, actually, I think I clicked on this, yeah, a request for inquiry, thank you very much. Huawei, if you're watching, looking forward to receive such a board and review it here on this channel. This is really animated. This is really 2019. I hope I have it on camera. I have it on camera. 2019, the freaking close button is animated because Web 3.0. Yeah, it does not look too sketchy. I mean, it's a little bit like, it looks a little bit rushed here. The most, I'm not sure, but I would, review-wise, send it my way. I give it a try. And otherwise, the only thing is, in general, I didn't jump on any of this ARM or RISC-V boards because also RISC-V, I think like 999 something. I'm not buying a medium performance RISC-V board. We have this FPGA for that here that we also continue soon. But otherwise, I'm not buying this for $1,000, $2,000, just as I'm not buying a Power 8 or something, Raptor engineering whatsoever, because for 2,000, whatever, I get a Threadripper, or at least, anyway, you get the idea. So that's why I'm, yeah, not only cheapskate, but certainly not buying this overpriced, exotic whatsoever boards. I have already an Octane and G5, don't need esoteric stuff for whatsoever. In more amazing news, and similar sketchy actually, no, the detail, I already said it. In similar sketchy news, Qualcomm to enable performance enhancing Adreno GPU driver updates via Google Play Store. In a way, it's interesting. So that is a little bit sketchy in like GPU updates over the Play Store, seriously. So, but in a way, this is the right direction in finally having the Android software update stuff solved in vendors providing this party by external means. But there you also see the limitations, right? I'm pretty sure I made once a video here in regards to stuff. I'm pretty sure I once said, in my opinion, if these are supposed to be computers, like also the tablet, certainly much more, Apple iPad and stuff, then we should be able to install our own software and drivers. And there you see why performance updates, security updates, and 2019 you get your GPU drivers, you can't install it yourself, you get something outdated from the vendor, and you get something through the Play Store. But again, one step in the right direction in having fine-grained updates, but certainly in our recurring theme of microkernel stuff, I would appreciate more separated drivers anyway. And that is, of course, exactly the problem. I announced it before, that this outdated Android, multiple years behind the mainline kernel, some massively modified Google Android infrastructure stuff there, and then you can't, even the vendors can't really update, and struggle and have huge challenges because of this outdated Android Linux kernel code-based stuff. So yeah, what is also funny, I think they say here huge updates. I mean, there you see the vendors ship something and then you need a update to get decent performance. Fun times we live in. I think they had here quite some, what was it, not some percentage performance. Where would this have been? Year 10 also was able to, where was this here? Is it? Oh, wait a second. Oh, this is some comment. This is not the main article. So, unfortunately, I don't see a performance number here. Actually, wait a second. Here is something. I'm not sure if this number is 2530. Arduino. It could be a generic slide. But this only applies to not the latest. Which is it even, by the way? So this is 865 and announced they will soon start delivering updates, and even OEM don't even bother putting effort to enjoying mobile GPUs. There's one caveat though. This new initiative from Qualcomm, however, is for limited at this time only for the Adreno 650 core on board of the new Snapdragon 865, which currently supports updating drivers in this fashion. Even the newly announced Snapdragon 765 with the Adreno 620 aren't supported. So yeah, even if the vendors are even in this one step into the right direction, and then it's like, yeah, but not this and only that, you really wonder a little bit what the vendors, similar to the rendition Verity, not rendition Verity, Power VR driver situation there, long Quake live stream. Similar to there, you wonder what the companies are doing with their drivers. They have Linux drivers, but not really, but a little bit, and not updated and not for others, and not only for that OEM and only if you sign a big contract. They say 64 cores, interesting. Oh, wait a second. How live is this? We had a couple of drop frames. If I don't watch this here, then stuff goes south, or what is this here? Maybe they mean threads, so maybe they have this. So, but I don't have any oopses in, so 8.2, it's hilarious. And then people wonder on the other live stream where we talked about Google Stadia and streaming is not amazing. Look, I have your business cable, right? Yes, but to be honest, I couldn't get fiber here, right? If I install fiber here, I need to pay the installation thousands of euro. I certainly don't spend. Also, I want to grow. If everything goes away, maybe we even move out of this office in a year or two, and I'm not spending more, 1,000 or 2,000 euro here for a fiber installation when I'm even not planning to be here forever anyway. It's hilarious. So this is like mostly the fastest internet I'm getting here, and we can't even reliably, 7.8. What the heck, DOCSIS cable crap are you even doing here? Sorry for those drop frames, it's hilarious. And then people on the other channel tell me, I don't know what I'm talking about, and I can't even live stream here with 5 Mbit, and I should stream 4K gaming. It's hilarious. 1800, or it's this, I hope it's not my, but no, it's also not TG3 hiccup in the meantime. Yeah, anyway, so much to live streaming. This is exactly why I don't want to live stream games. It's hilarious. If I want to play a game in a plane, in a car, on the beach, then I want to play the game and not have the streaming hiccup. Welcome there. Movieware was talking about OS, what OS uses. So I'm using T2. I'm previously 2 decades ago, 20 years ago, I did Rock Linux. I forked this once, and Rock Linux, so T2 is a success. So basically I'm running my own Linux with a couple of other people and build from source stuff. And yeah, the benefit is we can cross-compile it also for embedded stuff. And so it's similar to Gentoo, but more professional audience cross-compiling stuff. And the benefit is I can just cross-compile it on PowerPC MIPS. So I run it also on the P3, PowerPC, and all the other fancy Spark MIPS, SG, Octane, you name it. So yeah, in other security news, recurring theme here, although this is German, live translates this here as usual. Drop frames anyway. The next thing is offline. Why am I dreaming about microkernel stuff? Also, yeah, similar topic. I was considering to live stream yesterday some GPU stuff, and it was mostly boring as usual. 1 hour here, 1 hour there, and all we got is a fancy hardware cursor. I continued a little bit here on the side project rendition here right now in this transmitter here in the channel with esoteric hardware transmitter syn client. Here this is, you have seen this previously with a fine transmitter efficient. I have the rendition Verity in here. Soon maybe I try to have a microkernel concept maybe in like 12 months of a basic system with able to run a web server just to start using my own dog food stuff here and getting this bootstrapped. So yeah, each day a little bit, did a little bit rendition Verity just for the vintage graphic fun. And why is this relevant? Because the next thing is offline, the next thing meaning recurring shortage of everything insecure. And today it's a university. It's so sad. University Gießen here, due to security or for security reasons offline, but yeah, with the state of software, Windows, Microsoft, Mac OS, peak bugs, hashtag peak bugs, because everything is so broken. And yeah, they don't say here something precisely, but most likely I would guess Windows related, because everyone runs so much Windows. Also back in the day when I was in university, they were running IRIX and Sun, was it probably still Sun OS or Solaris. Of course they were also running Windows, but I have the feeling of certainly 10, 20 years ago, universities rocking much more Unix stuff. Nowadays, all the universities, governments migrated too much to Windows, so usual recurring theme of monoculture, and then issues in Windows, and everything has ransomware. They don't say here, here's actually in English, you don't need to live translate. Offline for security reasons, you didn't make this up. Charges being pressed for suspected cyber attack after serious IT security problem. The Justus Liebig University Gießen has shut down its servers. Also, yeah, 2019, we reached a state where we can't work anymore. Hospitals, governments, universities. Here next door, the police lost their data in a Windows 10 update. The next corner, the courthouse is out of order for ransomware. University, it's, yeah. And this is why I wanted to add this. Yes, it's getting boring, it's repetitive, but I cannot do anything else except, in the meantime, yeah, I can't even trust Linux anymore and last stream OpenBSD. In my opinion, we just can't do IT seriously, certainly with decades of Windows kind of software development. We seriously, even in the open source landscape, in my humble opinion, we can't do monolithic kernels anymore. We need more address-based isolation, more isolated drivers, not write all the stuff in C, and yeah, Rust or other languages certainly, and recurring reminder and shout out, and to motivate people to think about the state of IT infrastructure that we are in and how we can do better, and also maybe for you and me to develop a business of more secure, reliable software. And yeah, speaking about secure and reliable software, 20 VPSs or VPS providers of virtual private server stuff to shut down on Monday, like which, by the way, when was this news? So this news was December 8th, so just out. So public service announcement, if you are using any of those providers, no explanation given for the sudden shutdown, customer suspect an exit scam. Yeah, 2019 cloud servers, virtual private servers, that's why, yeah. Honestly, so at least 20 web hosting providers have hastily notified customers today, Saturday, December 7th, that they plan to shut down on Monday, given their customers, which, by the way, it's like, it sounds like today, like 2 days of download data from their accounts before servers are shut down and wiped clean. The list providers that notified customers include Arc Hosting, Bigfoot Servers, DCN Host, BRZ Hosted Simply Hosting, 73, Kodos Hosting, LQ Hosting, Megazone Hosting, N3 Servers, Server Strong, Snow VPS, Spark VPS, Strong Hosting, Superb VPS, Supreme VPS, TCN Hosting, Umax Hosting, Welcome Hosting, and X4 Servers. All servers listed above offer cheap, low-end virtual private servers. Furthermore, all websites featured a similar page structure, share a large chunk of text, use the same captcha technology, and have notified customers using the same email template. So yeah, also maybe don't use the cheapest bullshit, do some research, certainly not something that I would have used. So yeah, also have a backup, recurring shout out, also other channel, backup on the SG Octane if you're interested in this old-fashioned stuff. So have a backup, don't use shady, cheapest services. And yeah, I also wonder what kind of people always use this stuff. But yeah, thanks for tuning in there. Minix, I was not specifically speaking about just Minix 3, I was speaking about in general. There are other microkernel systems, including Herd, L4 family, QNX, and I'm considering writing my own because want to do some research and more readable code. In similar news of not the most amazing stuff, Apple investigating 16-inch MacBook Pro popping sound issue. So yeah, after they reverted back to the Magic keyboard that is not as broken, they have a popping sound. Also probably let's ramp up the desktop audio, which probably should be working today here with Pulse Audio goodness. I think they had a video here somewhere. Let's see if that plays with. Yeah, 2019, after broken keyboards, broken flex cables, fuses that don't blow, and everything else, broken soldered SSDs, what other overheating issues and whatnot. If they don't find something to break, then they break the audio. I also wonder, how could they not realize this? Also, why do we need to have so much advertisements? And the most crazy issue is, I mean, not only a recurring theme here, Apple quality, not the most amazing quality anymore, but in other news, Apple was supposed to be the best and most outstanding hardware integration, right? It was like the matching software for the hardware, best integration, most amazing experience, and then the sound doesn't even work. I mean, is it Pulse Audio, or did they migrate to Pulse Audio? I don't know. I mean, yeah. In the meantime, I was so surprised when I once tried to live stream from my MacBook, Retina MacBook Pro. I was so surprised. Not only OBS doesn't work with a hardware encode there, it stops after 10 seconds. I can't even capture desktop audio, right? 2019, I can stream like 10 times more amazingly on my own unsuccessful one-man source distribution here, except when Pulse Audio D doesn't start, but otherwise. Yeah, when using Final Cut Pro, Logic Pro X, QuickTime Player, music, movies, or other applications to play audio. So yeah, the best hardware and software integration money can't buy in 2019. It's so sad. Yeah, but we already don't buy Macs due to all the other reasons anyway. If you were thinking Mac's not the most amazing, let's buy Microsoft Surface. I already warned you about phantom touch and touch disease here on this not recommended Surface Pro stuff with enteric digitizers. Never buy this stuff again. If I would be in the USA, I would start a class action suit, honestly. Slightly wonder why nobody has done already. But new issue, Microsoft swollen battery. So people ask here, is there a chance that they can sue Microsoft also? Is there a chance, please, American friends and family, can you not sue Microsoft for the touch disease, the phantom touches, the failing enteric digitizers? Might have 2 or 3 videos on my channel. Many comments, many people asking calibration tool, me too. Can you help? Please, whatever, I have the same issue. So yeah, thousands of views, maybe 10,000 views already on this video. So even on my small little channel here. So yeah, also recurring shout out. They have noticed hundreds of such cases. My Surface Book first generation battery swelling after purchase. Also recurring theme on Apple, even not only on iPhones here, iPhones, iPads, my wife's iPhone, and also my brother's MacBook battery and my battery. So I recently swapped the SSD in my Retina MacBook Pro, and my battery also starts to swell in the Retina MacBook Pro. That is in the meantime 5 years or whatever, because I'm not buying a new one. So yeah, huge problem, I would say, in the battery industry. MacBooks, Surfaces, iPhones, iPads, as far as I can see, everything affected. And then we want electric cars, right, with swelling batteries or something. But anyway, this could cause a serve risk of fire and potential personal damage. Microsoft asks them for $599 to replace a laptop. Also recurring theme on this channel. I have plenty videos, so not only touch disease of this stuff, and also serviceability. You can't, even this piece of garbage that I never buy again. I only brought this, I actually run this with Linux. So you buy something to run with Linux because regular x86, not an ARM stuff from Apple, and then you have touch disease. And of course, this piece of garbage, you need to hot air, right? I mean, this should be forbidden. I made a video, dedicated video there then. Stuff I would never buy again, can't recommend. That you need to hot air this stuff open. And yeah, Microsoft, I also called Microsoft. They also did not want to repair this display, swap this display, right? On a Lenovo ThinkPad or something similar, you could just swap the display for cheap. Order it wherever, even genuine ThinkPad spare parts. But here, not so much. And yeah, repair prices, they also quoted me like, basically, don't you want to have a new device? Like, no, I just want not touch disease and phantom touches. And yeah, repair price $499 to replace the laptop after the 3-year warranty. Thank you very much, Apple and Microsoft, for all the soldered SSD, glued-in battery, and yeah, weak customers. So yeah, can't repeat this. That's why I need to repeat, rinse and repeat. People need to get an understanding. This stuff is not amazing. Can't make it up. Can't recommend. Very cheap but not reliable. So what do we have here in terms of 30 FPS? 4% drop frames. Can't mix this up here. In similar, not the most amazing news, Tesla starts charging $10 a month for the premium connectivity features. And Yeah, so much to companies. I can't repeat it often enough. Companies are not your friend. If you're the Tesla fans and Apple fans in their reality distortion field, they always think it's their best friend. It's, I don't know. No, Tesla, Apple, they are not your best friends. They are a for-profit company. And if they decide that it doesn't make sense for them to give you supercharging for free or to give you connectivity for free, they will charge for it. And is it not nice you connected stuff and now you need to pay $10 a month another, and with all the connected, you have all the connected things. Why do I have this here as a recurring shout out? This is how the connected stuff future is: connected cars, connected coffee machines, connected cameras, thermostats, smoke detectors, and yeah, a fine future when in the future you need to pay $10 a month for your camera doorbell, $10 a month for your car, and so on. And yeah, also funny how companies charge this, and also I slightly wonder if you can opt out. Okay, standard. So okay, it looks like you only if you want to keep the premium, aka live traffic visualization, satellite view map. Also, yeah, the benefit of having streamed navigation, right? I mean, I rather have my regular. Okay, I mean, the regular navigation is included, just not the premium karaoke. What's the freaking video streaming, music streaming? But also, on the other hand, I don't really need this piece of stuff. I rather have not get the stuff from Tesla, but have regular third-party music streaming that I can use on Linux and a smartphone or something. So it's a little bit hilarious that with your Apple you should have a music subscription, with your Tesla you should have a music subscription. It's funny times we live in, but there you have it. What do we have here in the comments? So last but not least, global protests reveal Bitcoin's limitations. So when governments can switch off your internet, you certainly don't have Bitcoin anymore. Protests in Hong Kong, Lebanon, Iran have forced CryptoPunks to test censorship-resistant technology in the wild, but protesters on the ground found they lack internet access. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. If your local government switches off the internet, you don't have internet anymore, right? Or electricity for that matter. Anyway, during times of civil unrest, Bitcoin has mainly proven useful for receiving value from abroad and hold private stores. Sources in Lebanon and Iran said they scanned liquidity, and since they cut off from global exchange platform, digital assets have rarely useful as a currency. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Just a public service announcement if you were planning something of that sort. Probably in that times of revolution, maybe stuff like gold and IT equipment to trade, to be the only one who can supply working PCs like a cast iron SG Octane. But just kidding. But anyway, hope you learned something, especially from all the insecurity news, all this sketchy Chinese server thing, or I don't know how sketchy these qubits are from Intel, if they also have conditional jump issues or other. Certainly it wouldn't be Intel with some nice security vulnerabilities. Spectrum meltdown in qubits 2020 or so to come. Hope you learned something from all this stuff, including stuff broken, driver updates on Android, universities offline, and hostess offline, and all the other broken MacBooks, Surfaces, you name it. And I hope to see you soon for the next public service announcements and live streams to come.